question.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths, Most Wanted. Now you might be wondering, or not wondering at all considering the title of the video, why there's 2 craft on screen right now, or to be more accurate, 3 craft on screen right now. And that is because this is the first 2-for-1 Most Wanted episode. Today we are covering 2 pretty epic, or so I happen to think so, airships / thrustercraft of the Great Talons, and not the most formidable airships in the game, mind you, but I think they're really cool nonetheless. And that is the Adrastos, which is this sleek-looking bad mother lover over here, and the Extinction, which is incredibly scary, and well, it even has it written on the side, both sides in fact, EXT. So these are both. You might think it's a little bit ambitious to have 2 big ships like that in one video, covering how to survive them and how to kill them. But honestly, these 2 craft are very similar in a number of ways, and have quite a similar way of performing and functioning. So yeah, I feel quite happy covering them both at the same time, because what works on one pretty much works on the other. It's not that. I was about to say not that hard. I was about to say not that. What I should say is not that complicated. So, basically, they are big, heavily armored flying things with APS and cram cannons and particle cannons, and they spawn nukes. That is their main feature. You'll see the Extinction, the way it carries them, it just kind of holds it out in front of them, like that. So, yeah, groovy. So, let's get straight into it. Why are these things scary? Well, we'll mostly be looking at the Adrastos, because the Adrastos is one of my favorite craft in the game, simply because aesthetically I think it looks really darn cool. And yeah, also it has crams on it, and I love crams, so So, what can we start off with first? So, for the start, there is shield madness to talk about, so let's go there. And these things don't have ACP-controlled shields, I should say, so let's do this. Let's do something like that, and let's drop the alpha just a little bit so we can blast it with see-through. So shielded madness is a feature of a lot of Great Talon craft, and this is no exception. From the front, in particular, it is quite heavily shielded. There's how many layers of shielding is this? This smells like Hikari's handiwork, I have to say, or if not her handiwork specifically, someone who is definitely inspired by her. So, 4 shields here, with 1 layer, 2 layer, 4 layers of shields, just in that one setup, surrounding this little particle cannon. So, let's see Adrastos' shield madness. Let's see the Extinctions. So, where are you, sir? 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's find a shield. And let's go 1, apply to all. And not quite as shield mad, but still, multiple layers of shield all over the place. And I believe that these are reasonably strong as well. So, actually no, that one's just strength 1. Huh, what's going on here, lads? And looking at the internals of this thing, it's like, whoa, it is made mostly out of engines and LAM systems. But we'll get to that in a minute, so before we do that, and let's just find a shield again and turn that off, because that is driving me cray-cray up the wall, crazy. Where are you? There you are. So let's turn you way the heck down. Okay, so one thing to note about these craft is that, like a lot of Great Talon craft, they have a lot of heavy armor on them. So, lots of heavy armor, there's lots of metal. These things don't go down easily. In fact, you see here, there's a double layer of heavy armor here, and backed by 2 layers of metal. Well, 2 layers at this point at least, so And over here it just gets even more. 1, 2. Let's see. It's... Oops. Yeah, okay, no, that's good. That's good, we're fine. 1, 2, 3 layers of heavy armor here. So this central face on the Extinction is really difficult to breach because, well, 3 layers of heavy armor, that is complete overkill as far as armor goes. And over on the Adrastos, it's a similar level of madness, so here, we've got, way back here, this particle cannon I think is mostly kind of expendable, to be perfectly honest with you. It's also on a turret for some wacky reason. So here, one layer of heavy armor, metal beam, and another layer of heavy armor. So the noses of these things are quite tough. Like, as ever, exposed heavy armor is not a good design choice because it's expensive and heavy, but these craft are not meant to be efficient. So what that means is that hitting it repeatedly in the face does not work very well because it's very tough, very well armored. And let's just go over here and let's just modify the shields here. Shields are a little bit exposed in the front here because there's just one little heavy armor slope there. So let's do this and do that. Where were we? Okay, so shields. And big crams are a thing with that. So if you have craft which are slow and slow and don't move erratically and don't have lambs, these will hurt a lot because these are big crams. These are 2000mm crams. And the Adrastos has 2 of them. The Extinction has, well, as you could probably notice, it has 12 of them. And they are big crams. Big high explosive crams. These things are probably fully crammed already. But yeah, so these things seem to be, yeah, they're completely high explosive, so not efficient cram cannons for their size, but they do hurt a lot if they hit you, so that's something to be keeping in mind. And after that, there's various APS to worry about, and interestingly, the Extinction appears to be quite the... What the heck is this? It's just a what the... This is confusing. Oh, this is where the nukes are at. Okay. Interesting. That's where... Yeah, that's exactly where it is. I didn't know that. There's a secret little compartment in there that also looks like a nuclear silo. Which is rather cool, actually. Interesting. Okay, where was I? Okay, so in terms of advanced cannons, the Extinction goes all out for frag shells. So this particular one is a kind of frag. It has 4 different sizes of APS on here, like small guns. This one we're looking at right now is 150mm. So not really a small gun anymore, heading towards medium-sized. And, well, this is frag, this is inertial frag. There's another inertial frag one. And this one is timed fuse. I think this is the AA gun somewhere on it. And then it has this weird shell setup. It has composite head, bow body. I'm not sure what that's made of. But in any case, it has a lot of APS, and you see, I think these ones on top are the ones with timed fuses. Are they? Are they? Am I a genius? Did I guess this right? I am a genius, cool. So these ones are tiny, these are little timed fuse things. Mostly for decoration, 45mm guns don't do much damage. Where are we, by the way? Ah, we're here. Let's try and get back on the Extinction. Sorry, I got distracted. So, lots of frag on the Extinction. Over on the Adrastos, we have a slightly different cocktail. It definitely has frag. In fact, I think that these things off on the side here are frag for days. Because of course they're frag. Goodness me. I still do not like APS frag. I find it, well, mostly because when you get the fire rates that you tend to get with godly class ships, frag shells just destroy the frame rate, and it's just really irritating. Also, because shields are currently in a bad way, frags are just really annoying. So in any case, this thing has frags. It has these rather interesting stacked turrets on the side. And I think, yeah, that's also frag. So you see, on this turret, it's one over the top of each other, which I haven't really seen in many other craft. Usually side by side's the way to go, because it's the same elevation. The Adrastos seems to get away with it, though. So, What it also has here on the bottom are railguns. These things hurt quite a bit. So we go here. This is a disruptor conduit, and it also has smoke. So this is quite a dangerous shell. So it's got it's got smoke, gravity compensator, which means I think what that makes it so that it's more accurate when firing down. And it's got a disruptor conduit, and this particular little gun is 300mm, so quite hefty. So if we go here, you'll see that this, I believe, is hollow point, high explosive frag, and this is also 300mm. So if we go here and go here, 300. This is a painful shell to get by. Not a lot of explosive damage, but lots of frag, and that hollow point does 4,000 kinetic damage, and that's before the rail draw. So we go here, railgun, 31.5% of energy. How much? So 15755. Let's go here. 15755. Now that's over 500 meters per second shell, and it does over 8,000 kinetic damage. These things hurt like crazy if they hit. So that's a little bit more dangerous. The Adrastos in general seems to lean a little bit more on the firepower side rather than... Well, the Adrastos is weirdly sneaky. It's got more It feels like it has more, or at least more versatile firepower than the Extinction, whereas the Extinction is more tanky. But yeah, the Adrastos is also slightly cheaper than the Extinction. It's like over 400k, and the Extinction is just absolutely ridiculous. This is like over 550k material cost. So these are big wacky ships we're talking about. Okay, so I talked about the APS for way too long, so let's move on to the particle cannons, which thankfully is quite a brief note. So you will see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of the caps lock. There we go. This is a small little particle cannon. I think it is overcharged highly well. So efficient overclock. So this is quite high, it looks like. So overclocked. Uses over 95,000 energy per shot. So not a cheap cannon to fire. But this is an EMP cannon here on the Extinction, and I think this was tagged on relatively recently to just give it a kind of weapon good at dealing with fast erratic targets, because it's not usually good on that. More on that later. So blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, damage 43,000, lots of EMP. Right, so that's on the Extinction. On the Adrastos, this is an impact cannon, and again, it's 2, 3, 4. It is very small. It is teeny tiny, and also very well, not really overclocked. It's a 3.5 overclock. So time for shooting shots, blah blah blah. Roughly 61,000 energy per shot. Initial damage is 33,000. So again, and this is impact, so this actually does decent damage. This is also usually the first bit of the craft to get blown up because, well, it's right on the front. Again, more on that later. And the main feature of these craft, which I will now talk about, let's get over to the Extinction, is the nukes. The nukes are where it's at. So these little things are classed as easy for the Great Talons, and they are incredibly irritating. So its design is quite simple. There's a turret in here that has spin blocks. It's got a little laser combiner on top of it, so it aims. And this points towards the enemy, pulls it towards it, no matter what the elevation, while this fires back here. This doesn't have much fuel, just has... where is it? This thing has fuel storage, right? It must do. Does it? Where is the fuel? Surely there's fuel on this thing. Oh, no, there, where? How? What? How does this thing not have any fuel on it? That's... oh, there it is. So it's got there. Right at the back, it has its little fuel. And it has a lot of warheads. I would say this is overkill, but... press Q to detonate... you know I'm gonna do that. And the Extinction over here. Whoopsie daisy. So in any case, that's what happens when nukes get in it, they blow up. And these things are incredibly irritating. And the delivery method for these two craft... Well, the nuke delivery method is not the same between these two craft. The Extinction spawns 4 at a time right in front of it. So 2 of them hover up there, 2 hover down here. Let's see if I can actually find... 1, 2, 3, 4. It's around here, I believe. Where would it be? Where would it be? Where would it be? Where would it be? Okay. So, looking around here. Jeez, the lag is impressive. So, there's a blueprint spawner. I think it has 2 more somewhere hidden. Hidden somewhere around here. You'd think I'd be able to find these things ahead of time. Ugh. Never mind, just trust me, it spawns 4 nukes at once. Hello? Oh my god. Okay. Let's bring you lot back. And now, the Adrastos. So, the Adrastos is a command vessel. You can read the fluff right here. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna sneeze. Damn it! Darn it, I'm not gonna sneeze. I lied. So, if we hold the Adrastos here, you'll notice... Where'd you go? There you went. You'll notice it spawns in with friends. These little guys. G44 Garax. And these are... Oh, wow. Look at that. These are little planes that do the spawning for it. So you see, right here, little blueprint spawner. These things spawn in ICBMs. But only when enemies are close. So I think there's an ACB somewhere around here. Yep. Vehicle, blah, blah, blah. On blah, blah. Is within that. There's another ACB somewhere around here. Where is it? I used to know how this works. Spawn the default vehicle when enemies are around. So, if we do this... Dang it. Well, I can't demonstrate... Well, I can demonstrate that. Watch this. So... So here I am on the Adrastos, Garax over there, and let's just spawn in something fun. So let's go here. We'll spawn in a Moray. Morays are fun. So you see, away they go, and the Garax are now spawning in nukes. And the Adrastos is turning around, and oh my goodness. Never mind. Never mind. So while we're talking about that, like, nuke spawning is very irritating. The Adrastos has a few extra tricks, one of which I've mentioned the Disruptor APS, it's got various ammos, it's also got torpedoes, so if I do this, and then I spawn in a ship, please don't crash my game, you'll see that, yep, there they go, torpedoes away, so the Adrastos can attack submarines, so if you just plan on hiding in the ocean for the whole game, be aware the Adrastos can still kill you. How's the Crossbones doing? Crossbones is not doing so well. Although it actually has anti-air, so will it actually pop an ICBM or two? Let's just slow the game right down. Slow it right down. Slow it right down. Are you gonna survive this? My guess is... Nope. Oh dear, right in the superstructure. Right, enough of that before my computer melts. Oh, look at me up in the air. Okay, so what else, what else, what else? That's very close. Righty ho, so, other things to note. With the Extinction, well, both the Adrastos and Extinction, they fly quite high, they keep a constant distance. And both of them have smoke on them, so lasers, you need to really heap on the lasers in order to kill them. And they have a LAM system that makes me very, very sad. So if we spawn in the Extinction, I can show you just that. So, Extinction. And what's something that has a lot of stuff? Let's do deep water guard, airships, thunderclap. The thunderclap is another one of my favorite Great Talents craft, simply because, well, it's loaded with crams. It's beautiful. So it has the cojones to be loaded with crams. And it's down there, and you'll see now that, for one thing, the thunderclap won't be able to hit the darn thunderclap. Well, the thunderclap won't be able to hit the Extinction much at all. But also because its crams are going to get shot out of the air in no time flat. Is the game running slower? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. Oh my god, that's a lot of missiles. I forgot how much the darn thunderclap spammed. So, boom, 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 boom. So lots of missiles. Spawning straight under it possibly wasn't the best idea. Wow, I wasn't expecting the Extinction to eat that much fire. So you see, these crams are, firstly, they're gonna miss. Secondly, they're also... Oh, jeez. See, I love that. I love that a lot. Yep. Pop, 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 pop. The lambs on the Extinction isn't quite yet optimized for the new changes, I don't think. But I do believe that it is really good at dealing with incoming missile swarms, so probably should have shown that off instead. But I felt like watching crams get flung about, so we're just gonna have to live with our decisions, aren't we? So now you see this, the continuous lambs on the Extinction is actually got ridiculous range. It popped a missile all the way out here, and that's about, well, of almost 600 meters away. So you see here, there we go, right over here. So 500 meter range, and because lambs are far more accurate than they used to be, they pop missiles quite early. The Adrastos is similar, but really, when it comes to lambs, like, this Extinction has it made. And now I really want to see if any of these crams manage to get near it. Look at that volley, that makes me so happy. If only it worked as good as it looked. And it's gonna miss horribly. Horribly it will miss. And there you go. I will just spawn in the Extinction once more, simply so we can see, or rather, so you can see. I've already seen. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. I was about to say I'm an expert. I'm not. I'm the guy who's willing to make these videos. So not that. Not that. Anything but that. So we go here, get spawn on my team, because my fleet colors look awesome. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go here and unpause. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Okay, so you see here what the inside of this freaking craft looks like. It is essentially a core of engines, batteries, lambs, and fuel, with guns tacked on the sides. So its lambs is quite strong, possibly not optimized yet, but very strong. Well, it could be very strong. In any case, don't try and use missile swarms against this thing just in lazy fashion. You will waste a lot of ammunition. So, that's the strengths of these crafts. Now, what are the weaknesses? Well, let's look at the Adrastos. Well, both of them actually... On the side, let's look at the Adrastos for this one, because the Adrastos is my favorite. So go over here, Adrastos, and open it up for a squiz. You will notice that the advanced cannons, they are essentially deck guns. They've got a little bit of stuff like below decks, but a lot of their more volatile components are actually above deck. So here you see autoloaders and whatchamacallit, I literally just forgot what the darn things are called. What are they? Ammo clips. There we go. I was gonna say magazine. Well, it is a magazine, I suppose, but yeah, so the magazines are actually above deck. They're in the turret cap itself. And same over here. Like, they do have ejectors on them, that's probably why they are set up like that. No ejectors on these ones as far as I'm aware. So, go here, let's see. See, nope, none whatsoever on these side ones. So these are very volatile guns because they're stuffed full of frag, and the ones in the middle also have high explosive. And the ones of the Extinction are no better because remember, it is frag happy completely. So, is my microphone actually working? I hope so. Hello, microphone. I hope you are working. Oh, now it is. Jeez. Oh wait, no, it's measuring the game thing. Sorry, I just got distracted, but volatile APS on these things. And the Extinction, as you might have guessed, has a lot of its cost is in its cram cannons, and we all know this. Cram cannons are not good. They are lousy against fast targets. They are lousy against a lot of things, actually. And to demonstrate that, I will throw the Extinction against one of my least favorite craft in the game. Actually, wait. First, spawn in the Extinction. Here you go. Ah, I need water. Hydration is important to staying alive. Where are you, mate? Where are you? I had 4 directions to pick from. Naturally, the last one I looked. So over here we have the Extinction, and we need a fast thing to annoy it. So if we have a fast thing that annoys it... Wrong one. Here we go. Nater. Lightning hoods. Where is a fast thing with lasers on it? So, hello. Where are you, fast thing? There you are. Not my team. We want to spawn it in on Steel Striders because I love irony. So, away goes Scorpion. The Scorpion is pretty darn fast. So you see that first volley of crams is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just speed this up a little bit. First volley of crams isn't gonna get anywhere near it. The lambs, notwithstanding, whiffed by a mile. Yep, and whiffed by a mile. Partially blame detection systems for this. Although the Scorpion is not doing itself any favors by letting that nuke get really close. Oh hey! Silly nuclear weapon, what are you doing? More crams incoming? Yeah? Ah? How's the Extinction is not doing well. Missed by inches, actually. So that is something that you can take advantage of when fighting the Extinction is, well, anything with crams, really, is that they don't do very well against fast erratic targets. And the Scorpion isn't even that fast at the moment. It's only going, well, it's going considerably slower since one of its jets got blown up. 38 meters per second, that's already enough to kind of fool it. And that particle cannon, I think, is it even doing anything? I can't tell. In any case, it is going to win this fight. But, yeah, I have softened a little bit on the whole topic of particle cannons because... Yeah, enjoy the ocean while I talk for a second. Because I've messed around with them a little bit. It is actually pretty hard to get a decent particle cannon up and running and get it efficient as well. So I still hate those piercing particle cannon shotguns that you see on the Terawatt and the Perforator and those annoying craft like that. The smaller ones I have some sympathy with, like Small Impact or EMP. They're kind of cool, they're kind of alright. So, the ones on the Adrastos and the Extinction, like I've shown them before, but I'll show them again, why not? So if we spawn in the Adrastos, jeez, I hope my computer doesn't melt from spawning in all these block-heavy things over and over again. So if we go to the Adrastos, this particle cannon in the front here is tiny. It cannot do much. It is overclocked a little bit. What did I just click on? Huh. In any case, so this is really too small to be really dangerous, so this is a little impact gun. It really doesn't do much damage, and the EMP cannon over on the Extinction also is a little bit underwhelming for its cost and for the amount of energy it uses. So rejoice, for the particle cannon is not the scariest thing about these drafts. That is the nukes. You probably already guessed that. So the other thing to note is that once you do manage to get this thing out of the air, it sinks like a rock because, well, for a start, the only reason these things fly at all is because there's a lot of Daddy Blades inside them. You see here the Daddy Blade core of this is absolutely crazy, although it looks like this is for steering. Interesting. Or perhaps this is... Why is this here? That's fascinating. I don't know why it looks like this here, why it's got these sideways Daddy Blades in here. I think it's just to keep it steady, because otherwise it might rock back and forth, compensating for the heavy stuff on the sides. That's what I'd guess anyway, but in case... Lots of Daddy Blades in here, but also... You look, actually the Adrastos is kept upright, pretty much... is kept up in the air pretty much exclusively through Daddy Blades, but... If you look at the Extinction... Spawn in... Thank you. The Extinction has a lot of thrusters on it. Lots and lots of big thrusters, which means that if it falls in the water, it really cannot get back out again. And because it's so heavy, if it falls in the water, it's going to sink. Same with the Adrastos. It's kind of a almost universal feature with not just Grey Talon craft, but also Skull Dawn craft, is that they're not built to float at all. They're built to fly, and when they cannot fly, they sink. Simple as that. So, yeah. So, another thing to mention is, so let's spawn in an ICBM and a hapless victim for it. And let's go hitch a ride on the ICBM. So these things can go pretty fast in a dive. And right here... So 80 meters per second if they're flying straight down. And incidentally, that failed to kill the Marauder. That's funny. That is funny to me. Let's have an ICBM and let's have it chase something. Let's have it chase a spy plane. Let's have it chase one of my spy planes. Go, Quetzal! Fulfill your destiny. You might want to fulfill your destiny quicker, because that thing's fast. So the Quetzal is... how fast it's going? Pretty fast. I think the ICBM is actually faster. Huh. Why are you so quick? In any case, I swear this thing was slower when I looked at it last. But it can go decently quick at high altitudes, varying between 80 to... between 80 to 70 meters per second. Its average speed is more like what you're seeing right now. It's closer to around 54... there you go. Varies a lot, actually. If you have a craft which reliably goes above 60 meters per second, you can outpace these little ICBMs, which is absolutely brilliant because it means you don't have to worry about them at all, and you can focus on the mothership that keeps spawning them. And particularly, basically how many Gerax does the Adrastos have? I think it has 5. The Adrastos can only have 5 nukes in play at a time, and the Extinction can only have 4, I believe. So, if you can prolong the lives of those nukes, you can stop it spawning any more of them, and you can just focus down the mothership, and you don't worry about the little nuclear suicide craft at all. So, outpacing ICBMs, that works a treat. So, I can demonstrate... I can demonstrate 3 points at once. So, if you fly faster than the ICBMs, you should be all good. If you have something fast enough to reliably flank these craft. So let's have the Adrastos. Because both of these craft are front-siders. They're built to fight things head-on. So they don't do as well with things that come at them from the sides or from the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, there's 4 Garaks here. Huh. I thought there was 5. Interesting. So in any case, we go way over here. So, faster than the ICBMs, vulnerable to being flanked. Anything that's just generally suicide craft proof is proof against these things, and I will demonstrate that with our old favorite. Lots of demos today, lots of stuff blowing up. Lots of righteous fury. So, where are you? There you are! We missed you, you horrible circular thing. Our old friend the Hypatos. Hypatos. Oh my goodness. Please don't break. So the particle cannon missed, and the Hypatos is way too fast for the Adrastos to hit with any of its weapon. Hang on, let's slow this down. It is summer down here in New Zealand, by the way, so... Oh jeez, the Adrastos, by the way, is already lost a lot of its health. So as we keep flying around, I think the Adrastos is just going to straight up die. And the Hypatos is rather infamous for the fact that it can actually fly faster than a lot of vehicles can turn. It's like that with the Kobold, it's like that with the Adrastos, it's like that with the Extinction. And the Adrastos is already dead. The question now is can the Hypatos actually... Well, that was annoying. Rest assured... Yeah, that's basically the short answer to how do you kill the Extinction and the Adrastos is you spawn in the Hypatos and let it do the work. Oh, my nose! My nose is terrible! Please don't crash, game. Okay, we get the idea. We know, Hypatos, you're overpowered as hell. So, get behind them, and one more thing to note about these craft, particularly the Extinction, is that they are very, very fuel hungry. So if we spawn in the Extinction, and we go chill on it for a bit, just look how fast the fuel is ticking down, and it's not even doing anything, it's just flying. So it's used... How much fuel is it used? Like, in the time that I've just been talking, it's used something like 5,000 fuel in just over a few seconds, so this is a fuel-hungry beast. And on that note, well, it's on a slightly different note, so... The Extinction also, last thing to rely, because it spawns nukes right in front of it, it does occasionally get blown up by its own nukes. So that's a plus. For you. Okay, so now... on to the nitty-gritty. How do you survive this? Well, for a start, and let's just look at something fun while we look at this. So, we're going to spawn in just the Adrastos. Wah! Wah, wah, wah. I'm going to spawn in a special version of the Adrastos that I made. It's called the Adrastos No Frames, because it's the Adrastos minus the Garaks, which is a handy thing to test against. So now you go sit on there, and we get to stare at this beautiful... Look at this command post thing. I think it has mimics, actually. So, how do you survive being attacked by these craft? Well, to start off with, you do need decent armor, and you do need decent EMP proofing. For the... whatchamacallit? For the Adrastos, that EMP proofing is for... the disruptor cannons it has, and for the Extinction it's for the particle cannon on it. And you need, well, suicider counters. So, as I said before, you need to be either faster than those little ICBMs, or you need secondary weapons on your craft that can kill them reasonably reliably. And on that note, I am going to demonstrate something else. This is something I cooked up just today. So, where is the thing going to spawn? It's going to spawn 2, 3, 4. Where's you? There's you. Hello, you little annoying things. So there, I've been mucking around with a number of ways to try and for little secondary weapons to try and kill ICBMs and other suicide craft before they get close to you and ruin your life. The most reliable thing so far seems to be simple weapon lasers, because, well, they just do the job right. They just do it right, they do it on... So something like this. On a little 2-axis turret, I have possibly gone a little bit overboard with them, but that's okay, because you do need a lot of them. It's worth not getting blown up by an incoming nuke. So you have something like this set up, set them to, and this is important, I will show you after this works. This doesn't... Ow, that was loud. Ow, goodness me. Ah, my ears. I hope you guys had the volume down, because I didn't. Whew! So in any case, so important thing to note with lasers, and I feel really dumb that I just learnt this today, is detection settings for these things, minimum, as low as you can go, because these things are hit scan, they don't need to lead the target. It took me an embarrassingly long time to figure that out, and by embarrassing long time, I mean almost a year. So keep that in mind. In fact, that was so fun. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come at me, you explodey buggers. Let's see it from the ICBM's perspective. Also so we can get away from those simple lasers, which I think have blown my eardrums out. What did you say, me? Can't hear you. It is, I don't know, slightly cool how they kind of drift lazily towards the target. So foreboding. Kablooey. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh no, we're good. Where are you going, sir? This is the one that lived. The one that lived. The one who does not want to die. But I think I forget, do Daddy Blades have thrust in space? I think he's coming back. I think he's coming back for another go, bless him. Go on, lad. Go on, fulfill your destiny. Go on, where you go. Where you go, we believe. We believe in you. What happened to you? I think he's confused. I think he's very confused. He wants to blow me up, but then again, he also doesn't.
Turning off.
Let's help him out.
Weapon boundary.
Now you're back in the atmosphere, lad. Go on. Go on. I believe. You are the one. You are the chosen bomb. You can get past the lasers. You can do anything you set your... Nope. Okay, never mind. So yeah, use something like this if you want to blow up those nukes before they get close to you. Simple lasers are great for that. It's about the only thing they're good for, really. That was a little bit mean. They're good for a lot of things. So, that's how you deal with the nukes. And so, also because the Adrastos and the Extinction have cram cannons, and the Extinction has a lot of them, you want to either move fast, as I say, or you want to have a decent enough LAM system that the crams aren't a problem. So, those of you who like lasers, rejoice, for LAMs are very accurate and annoying. Like, LAMs are just a good idea in general. Yeah, use LAMs for crams. That's the lesson of life. And what else, what else? You also want a double layer of shields. Where am I? Here am I. Let's spawn in another nuke. Just while I'm talking. You also want at least a double layer of shields, because both of the craft are very happy with fragments. Fragments for days, and so double shields are still the best reliable way to deal with them, even though shields are having a bit of issues at the moment. They're not as good as they used to be, and won't be good for quite some time. Wait for it, this is my favorite. Oh my god, why is that so loud? Jeez. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh well. Let's delete that and spawn in the Adrastos again, because I like to look at it. God, I'm hot. I am hot and sweaty. Adrastos, no friends. I need you. You are my only friend. You are the one I care about. You might want to get up. You might want to get up out of the water. Jeez, you're cutting it fine, aren't you? So, in any case, what was I talking about? I was talking about. Okay, so especially when facing the Adrastos, you want to keep the shields reasonably strong, and that stops those disruptor cannons from ruining your day. And what else? What else? Ah, this thing is beautiful. And if you're using ships, there's a few things to note. One of which is, if you're fighting the Adrastos, you need to worry about its torpedoes. So you need torpedo counters, you need sonar decoys, you need anti-torpedo torpedoes, you need lambs combined with a passive sonar. And for both of them, you need reasonably thick deck armor. So something like 2 layers of metal or alloy should do the trick, because they shoot you from above, because they fly. Haha! And one thing with the aimpoint spoofing, if anything is shooting you from above, generally, it's a good idea to stick your ammunition, and spare AIs, towards the rear of the ship. So, pretending for now that the Adrastos is a ship, as opposed to an airship, if it's shooting at you from above, you don't want it shooting at important bits, or at least vulnerable bits. So what you'd do is, you'd stick the ammunition here, in the stern, or the tail, so waste time shooting at the back, while all the weapons that you have nearer the front tear it to pieces. And also, as usual, weapons are far more likely to overshoot and miss if they're shooting at the back of a craft. So, worth noting. So that's how to survive it, roughly. I hope that was coherent and made sense. Look at the nice pattern on top of this thing. It looks great. Little helipads as well. Tiny little helipads. Did I mention I love the way this thing's built? Because I love the way this thing's built. Okay, so how do you kill these things? Well, EMP generally works really well because that'll help melt the heavy armor a bit. And disruptor shells in particular, APS disruptors, they work beautifully because these craft actually rely a lot on shields. They might look really heavily armored, but their more vulnerable parts, like the guns on the side, the underside of the Adrastos in particular, relies heavily on the shields in order to keep it safe. Disruptors tear through these things really quickly, so if you want to kill it fast, use disruptors. Same thing with the Extinction. And if you're using missiles or crown cannons, for the love of goodness, use smoke shells with it, APS smoke, because if you do not, most of your missiles and crowns will get shot straight out of the air. And that's no good. In fact, I will demonstrate that right now. So where am I? I'm way over here. So if I spawn in the Adrastos no friends, actually no, I shouldn't have done that. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry. Sorry. So if I spawn in something like, where is my favorite thing? ABC. Dun 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 dun. I have way too many fortresses. I need to get rid of some of them. So that's APS Tetris. New missiles. New. Ah, that is what I used. Okay. Okay, okay. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That is no good. Let us get you up out of the water. Slowly but surely. How are we doing for time? We're doing grand for time. I love being grand for time. Those of you who watched my missiles video, congratulations, you remember something. So over here, we have this. Over here, we shall spawn the Adrastos, which has no friends. I feel almost sad about that. It's like I took her friends away. What a horrible thing to do to a vehicle. So here, Steel Striders, because why not? Here, I'm taking a long time to set up basically something that everybody should already know. So here we have the Adrastos, no friends. It's going to move towards us. Here come the missiles. And you can already tell that this is not going to go well, because these continuous lambs are rather... What the? Wow. Never mind. The Adrastos has crap lambs on it. Wow. Never mind. Okay, it sometimes has good lambs. Sometimes. Well, you can missile swarm the Adrastos all you want, apparently. Let's try that on the Extinction instead. Because I guarantee you it will not go as well. Extinction, and I'm just gonna have to be careful, and where is it? Hello? Damn it!
Listening.
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Gosh, dingle damn. Darn. Fudge. It's a hard life making YouTube videos. Okay, so off. Where's you? Behind me, great. So the... Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet, look at that. That's what it looks like when you despawn something. This is weird. So even from behind, the Extinction actually has a pretty powerful LAM system, and it has stupidly long range on them. Look at this. It's from 600 meters out, almost. It is frying missiles left, right, and center. And that's behind it. You can imagine how it would look like from the front. Although once you are behind it, hey, without even meaning to, I'm demonstrating how flanking works. Off. Right, that's enough of that nonsense. Okay, so if you want that, you want smoke guns to cooperate with it. Oh my god, I should hurry up. Okay, smoke guns, flank them, covered that pretty much. Less defense on the rear, fast lasercraft work really well for this, i.e. Hypatos. And kill the nukes faster than they... Excuse you, missile, do you know what friends are? Kill the missiles faster... Not the missiles, the nukes faster than they spawn. If you can do that, you'll be fine. And by far the best way to do that is simple lasers or regular lasers, because regular lasers are amazing. And just to show you that, because I love demonstrating stuff is so fun. So if I just go absolutely crazy, 1, 2, 3... How many? That's a lot of ICBMs. Where are they, though? Lots of them over here. So if I go way out over here, this is a lot of... How many ICBMs is this? I don't know. It's a lot, okay? It is plenty. So we go over here and we spawn my, so far, only and favorite lasercraft. Watch it. Watch it. What you looking at? So here's the thing. That's a lot of ICBMs. That's trouble. Not if you have lasers. Watch this. And that's one dead. From almost 2,000 meters away. They're being popped like popcorn. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, this is beautiful. Look at this. Admittedly, they're close together and they're setting each other off, but yeah, really, if you want to counter ICBMs, lasers are your best friend. Really, they are. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Lasers are the future. Lasers are pretty. Lasers are lasers. So that's one way to deal with ICBMs very quickly, is just have a laser turret on your ship that aims for small, fast targets. But then you have to worry about... What the heck am I looking at? So, once you have the nukes and shields taken care of, you need to kill the actual craft itself. Anything with good anti-armor capabilities are good at that, so lasers, as usual. But also penetration, depth, cram, or APS. Like, if crams do manage to hit them, they do a number on them because they can deliver a lot of EMP and high explosive and kinetic damage all at once. Hesh works very well because there's a lot of exposed heavy armor on them. Heat works well because it gets through layers of metal and heavy armor, can pop vulnerable components. And big missiles also do the trick, as you probably saw. I think one EMP missile managed to essentially fry all the munition borders off the front of the Adrastos. And if you want to use lasers against the Adrastos in Extinction, it helps to combine that with EMP via particle cannons or missiles or something, because that gets rid of laser warners and it gets rid of smoke dispensers, which means that they won't have any laser defense left. Very nice. And last but not least, should mention as well, let's spawn in both of these guys again, because frankly they need the screen time. So, Godly, Extinction. Please don't crash the game. Adrastos. One beautiful thing about these is, aforementioned, they chew through fuel like crazy, and I actually timed it, how long these craft take to run out of fuel. So, the Adrastos takes roughly half an hour, it takes about 27 minutes. I timed its fuel consumption for around 10 seconds, and so that's how it went. That's not a strict number because it wasn't using all of its engine power when doing that. But, yeah, roughly 27 minutes for the Adrastos to just fall out of the sky on its own, and about 19 minutes for the Extinction, because, as you can see, it's really tearing through its fuel. It really is. So, if you are out of options and out of ideas, you can just essentially run rings around them with fast craft, keep your distance, and wait for them to fall out of the sky on their own. It's a really cheap, cheesy tactic, but if you're just, well, sick and tired of having to deal with these things and you don't mind reading a book while you play video games, it can work pretty well. So, that's about it for these two. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you next time in From the Depths. Most Wanted, farewell!